Wow.
Is to recalibrate the frequency module so that the 40 hertz stomps. Then I adjust the configuration inside the mainframe to access the codes.
Alright, the title is very accurate, okay? I'm literally reacting to Man on the Moon 3, The Chosen by Kid Cudi, because I have been wanting this album for 10 years. I know that this is different, but this is incredibly important to the culture. Man on the Moon set the precedent for so many different hip-hop artists and has really completely changed the way many listeners listen to albums, including me. So I'm not going to waste your time at all. If this is going to be your first time hearing the album, I advise you to actually click off this video, because this is going to be really chopped up. I'm going to chop up the songs for copyright reasons, and it's just going to ruin the experience for you. And I want your first time listening to this album to be a very private and special experience for you. Let's go ahead and get into the reaction. The first track is called Beautiful Trip. That Man on the Moon theme. Ooh. Alright, this track is called Tequila Shots.
As he falls back deeper into a state.
I just want to take a second to draw attention to the fact that really right now we're listening to a Kid Cudi song produced by Day Trip. Okay, this is ridiculously unpredictable. Oh, I love those tones. Ooh. I know that there are many different ways to digest a song, digest an album. I feel like Kid Cudi's presence has always been the one of the solo rager, the one of the solo artist, the one of the person that is a bit more complicated to understand. It's going to take a moment to really understand where that person's mind is at. And I feel like this song is an ode to that person that is really conflicted with their feelings. You know, they wake up one day, they start the day feeling a certain way, and then that chemical imbalance comes in, swoops in, and changes the way that they feel throughout the day and their response to people. And there's a point in this song where he's saying, "Mama, I'm sorry." And I feel like that point of the song is really him echoing the feeling of guilt that comes with being like that and being that kind of person. It's not something that you can even control, and it affects everyone around you. I think that was a great opener. The next track is called Another Day. I'm loving these sweeping tones.
If you can't decide which one I want, all the girls at the party come along, it's a party. We started, dude, I've been living in and trying to find it, then I'm feeling. Days and the sun goes away, same old nigga in the same old pain.
This is Kid Cudi. This is his sound. This is his signature style. He really does bring you into his world and into his mind in the way that he feels and how he wants to present himself. This is his magic.
Drop it, let's go. Had me a Halloween in the spot, can I stop it? Raging with familiar names, think they got it not. And I'm coming full blown to the tombstone. I'm living, gotta push it, gotta set the tone.
Oh yeah, where's that from again? I know that. And that was the thing I was kind of hoping for. I was really hoping to hear some tracks where he would reference, you know, some of his older work. And I'm telling y'all right now, like, this is really great so far. Clearly he's working with different producers here though, and I'm really enjoying these atmospheric, spacey, synthy, downtrodden beats.
Scott, let it go.
Alright, this is called She Knows This. Track number 4. Those sounds, it's been a while. The most obvious use of that sample I can remember is the Thank Me Later track, Show Me a Good Time by Drake. It uses that sound effect very often throughout the track. This beat.
go test shit up. Yeah, they got double cups, but me and my boo got two fat.
Hey!
Someone say they saw that man. Hey.
Look at Cutty trying a different flow.
Yeah, gangs of women giving love and easy living. Suppose you got two hoes that go both ways, don't know my limit. Just a move, come and tell your crew, get inside the groove. We had the trippy house, show me how you do. Yeah.
Love those synths. So far, that was definitely my favorite beat that I've heard on this project, okay? She knows this. That beat is hard. Old sample of the vocal chants in the background was crazy in the beginning. I love the hard-hitting kicks and the dark bass that was kind of just stutter, actually, in the beginning, which just kind of amped up the hype for the rest of the beat. And then the way the tones just kind of pour over in the track. And then we get this really cool beat switch up that just changes everything. And the whole track just ends up being like this really interesting synthy, bassy melting pot of different flows and different textures. And you can definitely hear Kid Cudi's progression. It's nice. It's nice to hear him innovating. And it sounds like he's having fun. This next track is called Dive.
Seen that night, that shorty with the fat back moving to the vibes.
Wow.
Outside, wondering daily why? Ooh, I need those fucking vibes. Ready, go set. We won't hold you neither.
That whole track was just fun. That whole track Dive was fun, okay? From his kind of higher toned throwing of his voice, which kind of threw me back to, like, honestly, the Speed and Bullets to Heaven days, the way he was kind of singing on the track. But you got the mixture of those hard hitting 808s just coming in, just thudding in, that just makes you want to dance. The whole track is just fun, and I really, really enjoyed the energy. So that was Dive. This next track is called Damaged.
I see him in a high flash, in line, no niggas can't beat him. And I'm on cause I'm young, right? Insane, on a trip in the meantime, can't stop a nigga, no bitch. Nah, King Richard, no, you ain't hit, yeah.
Wow.
How it goes when you're a damaged man. We off, we slide, we ain't scared to die. Speed less, more
Travis Scott right there, though. I don't really know how to feel about that Damaged track. I feel like on one side of it, it was some hype to it because it sounds almost like he's prevailing through everything. He's saying this is how it goes when you're a damaged man. You know, you may be damaged, you may be wounded, but you're going to put the bandages on, you know what I'm saying? You're going to take the ibuprofen and you're going to roll with the punches, you know, to make things work. And I feel like that was part of the song. The other part of the song really made me feel kind of sad. You really do feel for him as the damaged man. I hate to say it, but no one really cares. You know what I'm saying? No one really cares when you are trying to, like, make something work and trying to pull everything together as a man. You either get it done or you don't. And I've been always taught that. And I feel like that's kind of where this song was going with it. One part of it is like, you're the man and you need to make things work and, you know, just put on your bandages and take your ibuprofen and make it happen. But let's also take a second to acknowledge that you're a human being and you're damaged. You know what I'm saying? You're going through something. You've been going through something. And the more you ignore your wounds without having them addressed, the quicker they're going to rot and the quicker, you know, you're going to lose a body part. I don't really know where I'm going with this. The next track is called Heaven on Earth. What is this beat? Oh my god.
This is rock and roll. My nigga is big business.
So that beat was absolutely crazy. I do feel like I kind of wanted someone else on this beat. Just imagine if Logic was on this beat. You know, I feel like if he pulled in somebody else, kind of help with the other half of the song, I feel like the intensity wouldn't have died out a little bit. But I just thought the beat was just so nasty. And it reminded me of so many different other hip hop joints that I've heard, just with those bells and then that coursing dark bass. The next track is called Show Out featuring Skepta and Pop Smoke. Rest in peace, Pop Smoke. I still don't really feel like he's all the way gone. Was taken way, way too soon.
Pop smoke, big smoke, clipping the stick, sticking the coat. Show up, see us pull up, back up, pull up, make down, roll up, roll the Fonto, get right, make down,
Now let me tell y'all what I think of that track. I think it's a great record. I think it's really, really dope, and it's gonna really it should do well on the radio. It definitely sounds like a Pop Smoke style song, and Skepta fits well on this production. I mean, what can I say? I mean, it just fits perfectly. Literally, my only complaint with this song is the fact that I don't feel like it fits within this track list at all. It just does not sound like a soundscape that would fit on an album like this. And I feel like it was a good song, and I think that Kid Cudi did add something to it. He added a flavor to it. I don't really feel like it's his song. You know what I mean? I don't feel like it's a Kid Cudi song. It really feels more like a Pop Smoke song where Kid Cudi's just featured on it. So besides that, I think it's actually a good sounding song. And if it were just by itself, I would have no complaints. So this next track should be really, really special. It's called Mr. Solo Dolo 3. The Mr. Solo Dolo idea and the concept is really why I even really mess with Kid Cudi. I never felt like people really understand me. I have a few people that really understand me, and I keep those people close. I'm really Solo Dolo. Alright, my mindset is not like everyone else's. This already starting out amazing. So far, track 9, Mr. Solo Dolo 3, is my favorite song on this album. And I kind of thought it was going to be, just from the title alone. I was hoping that he wasn't going to let me down. Just with the vocal layering on his voice to where it sounds like it's being filtered, and it sounds like he's almost talking to you through a radio, is just very signature Kid Cudi. The layers of sounds and the synths just kind of all pour over each other in this very grand and epic way. And so far, like I said, that's my favorite track on here. It's definitely Mr. Solo Dolo 3. The next track is called Sad People. Ooh, this is very Kid Cudi too. Those hums.
In the dead of the night, I have these dreams. What'll happen to me? Will I burn out? Say something's wrong with me.
Whoa.
This for the sad people who keep the blood burning.
Wow. Maybe I spoke too soon. I'm seeing something here, okay? I'm seeing something. It's almost like this other half of the album is really diving deeper into the theme of Man on the Moon and the theme of what Kid Cudi's been presenting all these years, really. It just hits.
Yeah, baby, see I'm back in my zone. Sad people who keep the blood burning.
That might have been my favorite beat. I think that might be my favorite beat I've heard. And so far, right after Mr. Solo Dolo 3, we're getting full cutters. I love that track. There's different parts of it that just don't repeat again. And I love hearing that in beats because it just shows another level of creativity. So I love track 10. Sad People was excellent. On to track 11. It's called Elsie's Baby Boy Flashback. I don't think that this is going to be a happy track.
See ya. Not if I see you first.
And I'm realizing now, like, it's been 10 years or whatever, and Kid Cudi's amassed all these fans. And I'm just assuming y'all know his story, you know, at this point. This track really goes into detail about what he's been through as a young child. From what I understand, after he lost his father, his mom really had to work a lot, so she left him at home a lot. And that really made him be by himself a lot. He started getting really depressed, and he started taking drugs on his own, just to medicate, you know, his mental health issues. And I think that that's really a turning point for him as a person and as a man. During his adolescence, just the influence of the different drugs he was taking, along with being, you know, exposed to different types of music, you know, Nirvana and just like other rock artists and things like that, really helped him to become who he is and to really have a broader perspective on music. It's also led to many issues that he's mentioned in the past. If you don't know all that, then I guess now you're filled in. Might as well hit that like button. Like I predicted, this song is not a happy song. Switch up. So that was Elsie's Baby Boy, Flashback. The next track is called September 16th. Ooh, that mixing. Alright, September 16th was a smooth, lovesick song. Very well produced. I love the mixing. You can hear his vocals go between both sides of the headphones at certain points. Overall, the production was just so sweet on that track. So that was September 16th. The next track is called The Void. The Void, okay? I feel like this is going to be good.
Tibetan Book of the Dead? I'm assuming it's about death.
It tells you how your spirit comes out from your body after you die. At first, you can see all your life reflected in a magic mirror. And then you see these lights, all these different lights, of all different colors.
Alex is gonna make you a junkie.
Fall in the void, just to avoid anything that can bring me down. Hello, sailing by,
Wow.
Oh God, thank you for listening. It's gonna be okay.
Alright, so that track really felt like we were listening to him basically go through an overdose. He's saying he's willing to fall into the void to avoid losing his high. He's high, right? And he wants to continue that. He wants to continue that momentum. He doesn't want to get on that come down. So he's willing to go so far to just keep going that he's willing to enter the void. Now, the void could be a bunch of different things, but honestly, in my opinion, what I think this track is really trying to say, especially towards the end, because the end sounded like a farewell. He was saying, thank you for listening. That track was really almost like a suicide letter in a musical form. That was a very, very deep and rough cut. The next track is called Lovin' Me, featuring Phoebe Bridgers. That production, though. I love this. Wow. Her voice is amazing. That was The Pale Moonlight. I think the beat was super interesting. I like the dancing piano in the background, and the kicks were just thudding throughout that track. The next track is called Rockstar Nights with Trippie Redd. We're coming down to the wire. I'm looking forward to this. Trippie's fire. Ooh.
Yeah, forgive me, baby. Never. She say I'm too them cover how I handle none better.
That went over incredibly well. Kid Cudi and Trippie Redd just worked super well together. I was not expecting that. The constant kicks throughout the beat was just different, and I love their flows on this track. The next track is called For the Kids. This is the second to the last track. Wow. This beat is so stupid, dude. Wow. I needed to hear this. I need to hear this right now. For the Kids was an incredible track, and it gave me chills. It was so good. Definitely one of my favorite tracks on this album by far. The sad tones to it, just the title of the song alone, and then just the accompanying beat. The beat is incredible. It's a great mixture of sad and just hopefulness, which is really a weird feeling to have and a really weird combination to have, but somehow he makes it work, and that's Kid Cudi in a nutshell. The last track is called Lord I Know. This is track 18. I'm loving this already.
Couldn't miss the perfect moment, been living wild. Every day's a best to get the message calling me out. I understand my nigga shit is baby. Keep away from home, never let us get to.
I was not prepared for him to go this hard.
Steady Betty, tell him how you seen a fucking wizard in the flesh. Now niggas send him up in heaven's gown.
Wow. Ooh. That was a hint at another album. They said to be continued. we're getting a Man on the Moon 4. My first impressions of this album after listening it all the way through is this is definitely his best body of work that he's released in a long time. I don't know if it was worth waiting 10 years for this project, but I will say that I'm definitely not disappointed. I feel like some of the tracks in the beginning of this album don't really fit that well with the theme of Man on the Moon, but towards the end I really feel like we were getting that real solid Man on the Moon feel with the production, with some of the outros, with the attention to detail. And I really, really loved it. And thematically, I really feel like this made many Kid Cudi fans happy, including me. What were your thoughts of this album? In the comments section, please let me know. Go ahead and do what my hat says. I really enjoyed this album. I love y'all. Thank you very much for supporting my channel and just watching my content. I will see everyone in the very next video. Peace.